So Healy, frequencies for your life. Let's start with that. It's the official motto of the company. So today we want to discover Healy. In one line, it's a device that harmonizes your bioenergetic field. How? Using individualized frequencies. And of course, the important point here is that it's individualized. It's frequencies for you and you only. And all of that is working on a quantum technology that we're going to present. We're going to try to see if we can understand why 200,000 plus people have been actually opting for it and using them for their well-being, for their vitality, and for all the aspects of their health. And we're going to present also, if our excitement made you curious enough, what is available for you to try, remembering that there is 2 weeks to try it and money back guaranteed. So you don't even have to be convinced by what we're going to have to say, simply to be curious enough. Getting dark here, let me put some light. All right, so let me give you a little bit of information about myself so you know who is presenting. So I'm from a scientific background. I was an engineer in one of the top schools in France. And all the way up until I was 27, I was completely into the capitalist corporatist system and had very little knowledge or interest in anything related to my health or to energy or to spirituality. And then later, of course, life made me have a great burnout and depression, which made me refocus my effort on rebuilding myself, on my health, until, of course, I discovered that my health and my well-being is my absolute top priority, and it's so precious to our experience of life. So that's what happened to me. I discovered a passion for something that was absent of my life for all these years, and it's anything to do with wellness and spirituality, more specifically around shamanic, traditional, and ancestral wisdom, because I do believe that for thousands of years, all these people were up onto something. Conscious reprogrammation, which are, for me, technologies of the pure mind, like reprogramming your subconscious or meditating and working with what you already have inside of you. And then, because I think I was from an engineering background, I found also a passion for advanced technologies for health. And for me, an advanced technology that is beneficial for your health means that the technology is boosting the natural capabilities of your body, of your biology, because that's where the true intelligence is. A technology that is just, let's say, a crutch or replacing a part of what your body is supposed to do is only good temporarily, but not long term. So my intention today is to make you curious about the great excitement that exists around Healy and around the community. And I suppose if you're here in the Zoom call or if you're watching this recording, you know someone who's excited about it. So hopefully I can transmit the global excitement of everyone. What's going on with Healy? So let's start with the vision of the company, because we need to understand what they're trying to do. And that's from their website. Our vision is to empower people to live a healthy, fulfilled, and conscious life, and to inspire the growing global community to make a continuous positive impact on humanity. I love this vision, especially the first part, because it's about empowerment. And I think it's the new topic for the coming decade or even the coming, astrological age. Empowerment, independence, autonomy, sovereignty. So Healy aims at doing that because it gives you access in a very autonomous way to that little device in your phone so that you can take care of harmonizing your own energy and your field, so that you can be less dependent and also that you can educate yourself more about how your body is working, and you can really coach yourself on the journey to health. So that's something I really love. And the community, we're going to talk about it again. That's just a gecko from Bali live. I did not invite him. So let's start with Nikola Tesla, which I suppose most of you have heard of. He is probably one of the most enlightened, in the spiritual sense, scientists of the last century, and he discovered many groundbreaking innovations in the realm of electricity and communication and technology. And he said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And we have to talk about that quote with Healy because Healy is exactly working with energy, frequency, and vibration. So it's completely aligned with the vision of reality from Nikola Tesla. Little disclaimer, you can read it on the screen, simply to say that it doesn't aim at replacing the opinion and the diagnosis of a medical health professional, and that, if you have a major health issue, you should still go and consult with a qualified medical professional. What we can say about the EU, so the European Union, is that we have the medical device certification for treatment of pain, chronic pain, fibromyalgia, skeletal pain, migraine, and also some mental illnesses, depression, anxiety, and some sleep disorder. So you can see the little certificate there. For these issues in the body, the frequencies that are delivered by the Healy are certified, and it's a class 2 medical device. For all the other applications, it's not certified. All right, so let's dive into what is happening here. What is the Healy and how does it work? I'm going to try to do it in the most concise way to give you all the information you need, so then we can proceed with the presentation and go into some questions. How does it work? We start on the left. The Healy works with a quantum technology called the quantum sensor, and is going to analyze your information field, which is a repository of all your information about your health, your nervous system, your nutrient levels, your stress levels. Everything is an information. You experience it, you feel it in your body, but it's registered somewhere, like the configuration of your body, of your health. So the Healy, and that's where it's so innovative, it can connect to that realm, to that dimension, which is called the information field or the quantum field, and it's going to scan, to analyze by resonance, which are the most relevant frequencies that you need. And then we jump on the right, it's going to deliver the frequencies that you need in the order that you need them. So they call it individualized microcurrent frequency. For example, I have it here on my Healy. Right now it's sending me 5,645 hertz. And when it's been enough that I received it, it's going to jump to 44.1 hertz. So it scans, it sends it to the body. The body integrates this information, and then it scans again. Now that I receive this information, what is the next one that I need? So in a nutshell, it's creating a unique program, a unique sequence, depending what you want to work on. So for example, right now I'm working on frequencies to align myself. Fantastic. So we can ask, how does it really work? How can it go and scan all your health information at once? It's a quantum sensor that was developed by Marcus Schmicke, the inventor, and what it's described to be is a physical noise generator, which is analyzing the behavior of random patterns to get information. So it's a bit more technical, but that's the way he connects to the quantum field and determines what are the best frequencies that you need. All right, so it analyzes and then it sends, and then it analyzes again and then it sends. So it's creating a unique program that works extremely specifically for you because it's based on your information. Two people using the same program will get different frequencies for most of the programs. That's why it's so personalized, and that's what makes it so efficient. It's personalized for you. Fantastic. So on what scientific basis are we talking about here? Well, these two gentlemen, Becker and Nordenstrom, they defined through published scientific studies. One of them was, by the way, on the Nobel Prize Committee for Medicine. They analyzed the membrane tension, so the voltage, kind of like the electric tension at the membrane of a cell, and then noticed that if the tension of the cell is too low, so that's going into the red part of the graphic, then the cell doesn't know how to be healthy, doesn't know how to do the cellular respiration, to produce ATP, and so on. And what they noticed, of course, is the more a cell is healthy, the more the cellular tension is great. So here, for example, they define the realm for a certain type of cell. Of course, it depends on the cell. When you're around -60 to -80 millivolts, then the cell is probably going to function properly. And the lower that electrical tension at the membrane is, the more sick the cell is. So if you look at a cell, let's take a real example. The membrane of a cell, like here, has an electrical potential because there's different concentration of ions outside the cell and inside the cells. Ions, as you know, probably is a charged molecule, positively or negatively. And the cell, of course, can breathe, can send and regulate the amount of ions inside versus the outside. So what we're seeing here is that if we send the right microcurrent, or the right frequency in the body, it will trigger the balancing of the electrical potential at the cell membrane, thus making the cell more able to do its normal work. And what has been discovered in another study that you can see there is that sending microcurrents into, here was an animal study, can lead up to 40% more amino acid transport, 70% more synthesis of proteins, and up to 500% more ATP production. So that's, of course, what the people who have developed Healy have based themselves on, knowing that the biology reacts to the frequencies in a certain way that was proven scientifically, discovered in these studies. All right, so what can we use the Healy for, now that we saw how it works? How can we work with certain frequencies in our health, in our life? First, and most people will use it for that, pain on the physical plane. As you saw, it was certified for certain usage around physical pain, because that's what most people need, actually, is natural ways to work on the source of pain and the decrease of the signals of pain when needed. It also has frequencies for detoxification, and I know, Abby, you're into that, and Chaka as well. So it can, trigger the detox programs of your organs and of your body, because you send the frequency that tell the organ, okay, now you detox, and you drink water and you do the protocol, of course, with it. We have frequencies for the skin, if you have acne, or if you have a bad burn, or if you have marks, you will harmonize the energetic field of your skin by sending the frequencies that your skin needs. Same for fitness and optimization of your body and your performances, for beauty, elasticity of the skin, hair, nails, and so on. On the mental plane, we also have some certification here as a supportive treatment around stress, anxiety, all kinds of programs to work, to focus, and even to learn, meaning frequencies that help you to digest the information when you learn something complicated and it feels like it's heavy in the head, is because your brain has to process the information. There are some frequencies that are helping your biology to do that. On the bioenergetical side, we have frequency programs for the main organs. So if you have a problem with your liver, you can harmonize your liver by sending the frequencies that are going to work there. Same for the main systems, the lymphatic system, the nervous system, and the main meridians of the Chinese medicine. And it works also in the chakras, as we're going to discuss it, the chakras being a non-physical consideration of the energy centers that contain many energetical patterns about your life, your health, and your connection between emotional plane, mental plane, and physical plane. Here, the Healy, by the same technology as defining the frequency, can find what you need in your chakras. So it's very holistic, and that's why we like to call it the future of holistic medicine. All right, so how do we receive the frequencies? Let's get down to practicality. So right now, as you can see, I'm receiving the frequencies with the cable and the microcurrents directly in my body. So I'm feeling it's like buzzing in my hands, and it's changing every 10 seconds, adjusting the frequencies that I need. You can also place the electrodes on a specific part of your body. For example, if I have a chronic back pain, I'm going to put the electrodes in my back. And if I want to work on a meridian, I can put it on the exit point of the meridian. And finally, we have something that you can see on the left of the screen. It's a Healy coil. It's actually a way to send the same microcurrents, but not directly in the physical body. it will radiate a scalar field around the device and just wear it on you. So it's kind of the, the wireless way. It's less intrusive because it's not sending electrons in the body. And it allows you to work with more frequencies during the day. So that's how you receive the micro currents and how you use the Healy programs. So concretely, how does it work? You have your phone, like on the screen, and then you have a menu, like you're in the restaurant. So if you want to work in learning, then you have several programs. If you want to work on the organs, you have one icon for each organ. And then you just click on it. It's going to send the frequencies in the Healy. And then the Healy, you can disconnect it from the Bluetooth, and it's going to work directly between the information field and your body. So you don't have like all the EMF things there. It's made to be easy to use because the original technology of the Healy is called the time waiver machine, and it's a 20,000 euro machine. You need 6 weeks of training, and it's very complete. They miniaturized it, made it so that you can use it without having to go see a practitioner. So it's made to be easy to use for everyone. It's pretty intuitive too. And then you can work directly in the information field, meaning you're not working with electric impulses. So here we're going to talk about 2 modules. They are extremely important for Healy, and maybe that's even why you're interested by it. So I'm going to touch upon it. The resonance and the aura module, what they do is that same principle as before. They will analyze the information field and then send or harmonize the information directly in the field. So you don't need to hook yourself up. It will connect to your information field and work the harmonization there. So you can scan yourself, and then you can send, for example, on the picture there, I was sending harmonization around my immune system. And then you can scan the energy levels in your chakra system. And it's giving you, you know, like a number like this about how much energy is flowing in the chakra at this present moment. Mega exciting for me. It's my passion. So that's definitely my favorite part. If you get the resonance module, you will be also able to work with frequencies that are not just the Healy one, meaning they are not just Hertz frequency, 444, 10,000, and so on. They included what they call databases. So they recorded the vibration, so all the frequencies at once of crystals, like amethyst, citrine, and so on. Digital nutrition, so they recorded the vibration, so the information of vitamins, iron, and so on. They made the frequencies for pets and animals that will work better when they're sent to the animals than human frequencies. Homeopathy remedies, vital substances, more chemical compounds, the Bach flowers and Australian bush flowers. So you can also access the harmonization from the plant realm. Revitalization, which I particularly love to rejuvenate the cell's capabilities. And I Ching for those who are in tune with the Chinese system. It will have each of the symbols recorded and they carry a message, which is an information. You don't need to remember all that. It's just to say that when you have the resonance module, when you work in the information field, all of that is included. So you can scan yourself against all these different modalities, and then you can harmonize yourself with these frequencies. So it's very complete, and it's kind of like la crème de la crème. So let's touch base on who is inventing that and what is their intention, because it's super important if you engage in like a company and a product. First guy is Markus Schmieke. He's a philosopher, a genius, a quantum physicist. He tells the story in his autobiography book that he was actually a prodigy of chess, playing more than 20 games in parallel, eyes closed, remembering where all the pieces are, winning most of them, which is already like so amazing. He was also a prodigy of piano. And of course, after completing his studies in physics and advanced quantum physics, he went actually to be a monk in India because he's been looking for the meaning of the self and of his relationship to the universe and the reason, the meaning of his life. So he was also very spiritually inclined. So he's actually the best person to bridge the worlds of science and spirituality because he has a foot in both and a big foot in there. He came back from 10 years being a monk because he received a message. He felt that he didn't complete something he was supposed to complete on this planet. which is creating a technology, this one, that can bridge the information field and the physical realm, that can bridge science and spirituality. And that's totally my passion also. So he's an amazing guy. You can see him on videos on YouTube. Very inspiring, very present, sparkles in the eyes. And basically, it was the work of his life to create the technology that can scan the information field of a person in order to deliver frequencies that are unique to this person, thus working even better. And Christian Halper, a longtime friend from Marcus, from what I understand, is a billionaire who had a conscious awakening and who is now founding only companies that are helping the development of consciousness and health on the planet. And he's actually the sole founder of Healy in terms of money. So he's the money person, which gives a huge independence and solidity to Healy as a company, because they don't need to go and ask for investment and have outside and third parties interfering with their business. So that's why I mention him, because he's also a very bright guy. And we need to talk about the community, because probably if you're watching this, you know that people in Healy are really loving it. Part of it is that it's creating a web, a connection between people from yoga, people from the medicine and the shamanic traditions, people from the medical field, people from sport, biohackers, and so on. And it's kind of like a unifier of all these people who see the potential of this technology, what it can do for us, for the people, you know, that need to take back more autonomy, more sovereignty on how they manage their health. So the community is by far my most exciting area around developing Healy, because I've been doing it now for a year and a half, and I have probably more than 4,000 people in my team. And these people, they are so amazing. Like, for example, I met Abby through Healy, and I would not be co-creating with her, and she's an amazing being, if it was not for Healy. And I have so many examples like this. Same for Chaka, actually, that is on the call too. It's like Healy gives a reason for people to get together, and then something else, you know, happens and moves through them than just, you know, taking more responsibility for their own health. So that's why I wanted to touch upon community, because it's so exciting. All right, let's conclude before we do some questions and answer. What are the options? You know, sounds interesting, everything that I said. Maybe you're curious. Good news, you can trade for 14 days and send it back if you're not happy with the results. What do you have to choose from? So it's kind of like a menu in the restaurant. Again, it's like a la carte. If you have some programs that you really want to use, but they are not included in the edition you have, you can just add it for 1 month for 17, 25, or 50 euros without tax. And then you trade for a month until maybe you harmonize enough your being, and then you can stop it. So it's very modular, so that you can have a different entry price, and then you can make sure you can access the frequency you need for whatever you're working with. That's kind of the strategy there. Fantastic. What do we have after here? So the next step, of course, we're going to have some questions and answer, but more globally, if something in you, your intuition, your curiosity, maybe your mind is interested, then you're going to contact the person you know who has a Healy and who's distributing it. Because we're in a network marketing strategy here, you need to respect the first person who mentioned it to you as for them to be your sponsor. And you remember, you don't have to believe everything we say. We want people to experience it themselves. So really take advantage of this 14 days money back guarantee. It works 100% for everybody. And of course, once you receive it, really try it every day, 3 programs per day. Work with your sponsor to know what protocol you could make to really test how powerful it is. And then you can make your own decision if you want to keep it or not. Statistically, we have 96% of the people who are recommending the Healy. So only, let's say, 4 to 5% are sending it back and not having a good experience with it. There's many reasons for that. We have to know that, some health conditions, some disease are too anchored and too serious to be treated or to be harmonized only with microcurrents, of course, So you always have people who will not be maybe satisfied, but 96% kind of speaks for itself. Most people really like it and actually start to talk about it, because in our society today, too many people have little issues here and there, and they don't really know how to really treat it. We're good at just taking a pill to make the symptom disappear. We're not so good at reprogramming our body and our biology to really go back to harmony. Great, I'm going to stop sharing then. How long was that? Oh, 30 minutes. Maybe it's a record. I don't know. Fantastic. So for those who are in the Zoom, we are open now for discussion, for questions. Abby, do you want to continue to, should we continue to stream or should we stop it now?
Yeah, no, why not? Let's just stay streaming. I think that would be good. I just want to also thank you for the presentation. It was really good. It was a clear and very fast presentation. Usually I take a bit longer when I'm doing them. It's like chatting about all sorts of things. So it was really great. Thank you so much. I just want to share a little bit about, like, when I first got into this, it was something that just, Chaka shared this with me. And at the time, I didn't know anything about this, didn't know anything about frequency, nothing at all. And it's just been amazing how the year has turned out, actually, since she shared that with me. When I first got it, I was like scraping the money together and I was like, right, I'll try it for 2 weeks. And if I don't like it, I'll send it back. And within a week, my whole life had completely changed from having the Healy. Just because things had just shifted, the frequency in my life had just really harmonized, like you said, and become into alignment. And suddenly I realized that my whole purpose in life was to change and raise the frequency of the people and the planet. So it's just been like really exciting the whole year now of where we are and what we're doing and how we're co-creating together. What's coming next? The group Heal Avalon that we've created, and just also just where I'm working as well. I'm working in an amazing center in Glastonbury where I live now, and we're working with frequency there as well. And there's just so much happening. And then if you'd have asked me this more than a year ago, I wouldn't have never have known that I'd be sitting here doing this. So until you try this machine, you don't realize what frequency is all about and what it actually means to treat yourself with frequency and to use this as a tool for you to harmonize your way of life, health, money, abundance, your happiness, your relationships, and all of that just can literally click into place. I just wanted to share that with everybody. Thank you.
Nice. It's so beautiful and inspiring to see you got galactivated by the Healy. You never know when that happens, but it's true. And you're not the only one, actually.
True.
Chaka, you want to share a little bit?
I would love to share, actually.
Yeah.
It's so nice to be here on the webinar with you guys. I'm like missing these gatherings a lot. And yeah, actually, I would like to speak about what is happening in my life right now, because that's maybe also beneficial for you guys to listen to. Like I'm here in Berlin at the moment, and I feel it's one of the biggest purges I'm doing in my life. And just to finish off 11 years of being in the same city and having a flat and just going from like material things to emotional attachment, and yeah, having the Healy on my side, going through the different programs. In the night, I'm sitting and meditating in my bed and using the release program. I'm having the protection program with me when I'm going through the city, because I'm feeling like really intense vortex. And yeah, just to have this little companion with me through this marathon of a process I'm going through. It's it's a real pleasure to have that support, because I'm going through it almost all by myself. And yeah, I feel that yeah, I don't think I could have gone through it without this little buddy next to me. Yeah, yeah, and also just I don't know, like the magical part of like how I just saw this little post from Malvina, who so many people have been, yay Malvina, so many people have been trying to connect me with from years, and then all of a sudden I'm sitting there and the whole world is locking down, and I'm sitting in Mexico City. And I see this post from this medicine woman, and I'm like, what is this? And I immediately write her like, hey, we have to jump on a call. And from then, I mean, like so much magic have just unfolded and flowered from the ground. So yeah, I'm just one big little rose of gratitude. Yeah. Oh, thank you for the presentation, Thomas. That was really good.
Nice, my pleasure. I used to take much longer to do it, but after a year and a half, I managed to make it a bit shorter and more to the point.